How you doing?
Chilling.
I feel you. Alright, let me just give me 1 second. I was just actually fixing up something on my laptop. But yeah, I went to go see some old friends and I was knocked out. I,
Uh,
wo- I woke up literally at 9:45.
right.
I was shit. I didn't even hear the albums yet.
It's all good.
Where were you at?
Chilling, man. You know, I was looking at a live too. I was like, yo, I forgot. We was doing it earlier.
Right. Yeah, 'cause I was trying to watch BMF tonight, even though the season's
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. That shit ending soon, yo.
I'm not really a big fan. There was like 2 episodes I really liked from this season.
Yeah.
It's just coming off comedic to me. I just watch it for a laugh, not just for a crime story.
You don't know what's real and what's not. You think?
Right, right. But we'll talk about it.
Hmm.
Rest in peace, Mr. C.
Yeah.
You know, he was Juice Crew DJ, the man
Hmm.
that pretty much discovered Notorious B.I.G. and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Juice.
Honestly, I was shocked when I saw that he died. I'm gonna be
I didn't even
honest.
know you had cancer.
Yeah, he announced it a couple months ago.
Didn't even know.
These white people are having me dead.
Yeah. You
Bruce
saw what that tranny said, Kendall
he,
Jenner.
Bruce Jenner, he said good riddance.
He said good riddance.
That's what he said about his dick.
Uh, what a That's
Whether
crazy.
he whether he did it or not, I'm tired of hearing about that shit.
Hey, I think I always said he had help. It wasn't just him. If he did it,
Exactly.
he had help. He ain't killed those two people by himself. You know.
Hell, they said they found his blood, but how you know it was
Mhm.
actually his?
Exactly. The police could have planted it there.
The truth was be
You
revealed.
know.
I'm gonna start this in about 2 minutes. Mm. God damn it! I'm gonna make some tea later. Fuck. It's been said motherfuckers dropping diss tracks tonight.
I ain't even listen to that shit because that's gonna make me look at J Cole like he's soft. I ain't even listening to it.
I'm trying to find a good album for the album anniversary and shit. It's like, damn, Cole. You let Nas down and you let Kendrick down.
Right?
You let everybody down. All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are. Yo.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to build in with me.
Yo.
And before we start, we got an album anniversary. It's the anniversary of the Friday soundtrack.
Classic.
Yes, one of the best soundtracks in music history. We all know about the movie Friday. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to tell y'all and shit like that. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, the late great Johnny Witherspoon, and stuff like that too. It's a classic, the best one in the series, to be real with you. And I can honestly say the same thing about the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Classic songs came from this album, like "Keep Your Heads Ringing" from Dr. Dre, that ring ding dong. I
Yes.
love that record. Friday from Ice Cube, controversial song. Allegedly, well, actually not allegedly, but he kind of like bit the hook from Cypress Hill's "Throw Your Set in the Hair," but he said "Throw your neighborhood in the air," and that sparked the beef between Cypress Hill, Cube,
Mhm.
West Side Connection,
Mhm.
um, Roll It Up, Light Up, Smoke It Up with Cypress Hill. That was another dope one. It also has some classic soul too, like Rick James. Mary Jane,
Yeah,
Rolls Royce, I Want to Get Next to You. They have the Zapp and Roger cover of I Heard It Through the Grapevine. So this is a classic soundtrack.
love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, for the next Friday soundtrack, I'm not gonna lie, it was good, but
Uh,
it didn't hit like the first soundtrack. I'm gonna be real with you. It didn't hit.
was that the one with the West Side Connection song? The was it Christmas? That
That
Christmas
was
joint?
Friday after next, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we want to give a shout out to Christian. He requested to do two albums and shit like that. We're gonna start off with the Illegals Untold Truth, and then we'll make it down to the Youngsters I'll Make You Famous. This is actually the first time I actually heard this illegal album. It's actually the only album they've ever come out with. It came out in August 24th, 1993. It consists of members Jamal and Mr. Malik. Jamal, of course, you guys know. He was definitely affiliated with EPMD and shit like that. He came out with that
Of
album
course.
last year, Ranks. And Mr. Malik is actually Snoop Dogg's cousin and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So this came
What
out
happened to
on.
him?
You said what?
What happened to Mr. Malik?
I don't have no idea. I'm doing some research. I was finishing up some research and shit like that too.
Mm,
I mean, he still did guest appearances here and there though, but still.
right.
All right. What was I about to say? Oh, I forgot. Also, rest in peace to the Wild Style actress Patty Astor. You know what I'm saying? She was on Wild Style, and she was a co-founder of Fun Gallery. Rest in peace to her too. So this came out on Dallas Austin's label Rowdy Records. It consists of singles Head of Gut, We Gets Busy, and Back in the Day. It was produced by Dallas Austin, Colin Wolf, Diamond D, Eric Simmons, Spearhead X, Diz Marquis, Cool V, Eloke, and Lord Finesse. Certain guest appearances include Eric Sermon, um, Diamond D, Lord Finesse, uh, and AG. I think did a guest appearance on this album too. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about how you got into illegal.
I watched I watched this. Their video came on. We gets busy on UNT Raps back in the day, and they had a gut single that was out. That was like on the mixtapes, early mixtapes back then, and you know, I think the Source had that in like the fat tape section, and I was a Crisscross fan. I supported Crisscross when they were out, and they were going at all the little kiddie groups, Crisscross and Another Bad Creation, and definitely they were different. They were not commercial. They didn't have like no sing songy choruses and stuff, and they just having Dallas Austin, a great producer that did the Boys to Men stuff and Monica's first album, and then setting up his own label, Rowdy Records, and having Rampage, the Last Boy Scout, on that label, and having and signing the legal and other acts, and you know they were promoted as an underground hardcore um hit group. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when Mr. Malik, like, he was doing a lot of like solo stuff, a lot of stuff on his own with Death Row. He was on Warren G's first album on What's Next. That was a classic collab with him and Warren G. Doing stuff with Snoop. He was on the Doggy Style album, and um they were dope. I didn't, I remember hearing Marley G on Stretcher Barbito when he went solo. When he came out with his solo album, no Last Chance, No Breaks, and did a dope freestyle on there. And finding out he was from Philly, and he was a part of Death Squad with Redman and Keith and Eric. He was on the Death Squad album. You know, they were just dope. You know, I never understood why they only came out with one album. You know, but they were definitely promoted as a hardcore kid group. You know what I'm saying? It was like they were like the if you didn't like what was out at that time when it came to Crisscross and ABC and Chi Ali, they were like the opposite of all that. They were like, you
They
know,
were lyrical.
the thug, huh?
They were lyrical.
Yeah, they were. I didn't feel like. Well, we're gonna get into that. I didn't feel like they were lyrical on this album, but
Oh
I feel
man,
like
come on, bro.
individually they were lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, maybe they just didn't gel together on this album, but individually they sounded better. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you know, just having people like Eric Sermon and Diamond D and you know Dallas producer on this album, it was like a lot of people were checking for them. You know, I never knew why Mr. Malik never dropped the album, and he was supposed to drop an album on Death Row, and we never got that. Marley G went on to come out with like one album after we never got nothing else from him. And, you know, even with him, we got a some collabs here and there, but never understood why he should have been bigger than what he was. Both of them actually should have had a better career than how it turned out. But
right.
you know, they were dope. They were dope for their time. They reminded me more of like the youngsters than anything else.
Yeah,
But the youngsters when they came out, they were already marketed as a underground hardcore kid group. And then they just got better with each album, you know, from the first album to
yeah,
the aftermath to No Mercy to I'll Make You Famous. We're gonna talk about that, and they just kept
yeah,
elevating. And it's that's mainly because of their dad. Because their dad, Lawrence Goodman, was like a big time record executive and stuff in Philly, and he knew like a lot of different artists. So he was like their manager. So he looked after them. I don't know I don't know the situation with illegal and why they only came out with one album but you know they were dope. They were dope. I was definitely checking for them because Dallas Austin like new talent and if he had a label and he signed you, then he was definitely gonna blow up and we seen that with Monica. You know, Rampage. I like Rampage even with him is like I think he stayed too long in flip mode. But even with Rampage still got buzz. He follows me on Instagram. I get like a DM a day from him. Just like with he has these inspirational messages that I guess I'm assuming he gives that to everybody on his page. I don't know, but he DMs me these inspirational messages every day. So shout out to Rampage and this was a group that should have been further along. They should have had a more successful career as a duo instead of just one album. But we'll talk about that.
that's cool. This is actually my first time hearing this group, so I don't have no story. I won't be real with you. But I do know Mr. Malik from the Snoop Dogg on Doggy Style, like he was on Pump Pump and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That was a classic song. Um, but yeah, man, this is a group. Just by listening to them for the first time, I do have a lot of interesting things to say about this album. They came out at a time when Kid Rappers was just like every Kid Rapper was just on some shit like spearheaded by a movement. Chris Cross had Jermaine Dupri, the Youngsters had their dad, of course, and now the legal had, of course, Dallas Austin, who we recently talked about Dallas Austin. We did a Monica review a couple weeks ago, and y'all should know because we talked about him in the TLC reviews. And spoiler alert, the 3 album is coming very soon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely has some interesting things to say about this album. Um, so for those who don't know who excuse me, the Legal are, they are a duo that consists of members Jamal Phillips and Malik G. You know what I'm saying? they originally they were affiliated by the Def Squad. You know what I'm saying, which was pretty much EPMD's crew, Redman, Keith, not Keith Moore, he wasn't there yet, but like Redman, Das Effects, K Solo. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, which then you guys should know that EPMD split up, so they went over to PMD, Paris Smith, and stuff like that too. And so they had a deal on Rowdy Records. You know what I'm saying? And interesting story though. I think they actually got in touch with like Dallas Austin after meeting Naughty by Nature. No. I fucked up. I fucked up. They actually met. The group members met at a Naughty by Nature TLC concert and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I throw that in there. You know, and yeah, man. Like I said, I don't have either of the albums. I thought I had the Youngsters album, but I actually don't have that particular one.
No,
You know what
not
I'm
this one.
saying? Yeah. So yeah, this is the album cover right here. Oh, by the way, shout out to Christian for the shout out for the request. By the way,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Pretty solid album cover, and we'll get right into the album itself. So, track number one is "Back in the Day." Love this record. Definitely one of my favorites from this album. Excuse me, one of my favorites from this album and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very dope. It's produced by Colin Wolf. Also, the music video also features cameos from Snoop and the Dogg Pound too, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
I like the video mix, which is different from the album mix.
Yeah,
Video mix was more better. I mean,
yeah,
they had a better beat on there. And this was a single, and it was good to start the album off. They didn't I don't know. I think this is an album that needed an intro because nobody knew what it was. You need that intro, and maybe you could have had an intro with Eric Sermon or Dallas introducing them, but they didn't give us the intro. They just went straight into the songs. But I think this album could have used the intro.
definitely. All right. Track number two. Hold on. Track number two is "Illegal" with Real Rock. This was another solid song right here too. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to it, just pretty much like a braggadocio shit.
I didn't like it. I think the beat was whack.
Understandable. Track number three, Head or Gut. Now this is one of my favorites of this album. This is pretty much a diss, one of the many disses to like all these kid rappers. They threw a fucking shot at Chia Lee. Jamal, he said a line where he says, "And don't mistake me for punk and do you lunch money. Got Medusa with the high C punch. What you want, Mr. Tripper? How the heck you figure with your super whack style that you could play me sucker to piss me off, G? What gave you the audacity to try to even run me leave to rest to Chia Lee?" And stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be real with you. I would still fuck with Chia Lee over Illegal as much as I like
Yeah,
Illegal.
same.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be with you. But
And 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 the thing is, Chia Lee was about that life. He wasn't,
you what?
anything nothing but a number type of nigga. Like he was definitely about that street life. I think people already know what happened to him. He spent like what over 20 years in prison. He was
Yeah.
definitely about that life, and I like the beat. I just felt like both of them sounded like Tretch on this song. You
Oh,
know,
well, this was
they
the era,
definitely
right?
sound like this could have been Ghost written by Tretch. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be
You know,
surprised either.
I'm like, nah, this ain't fucking with Charlie.
Oh man. I next song we got is Crump Snatcher. Um this one was pretty dope too. It's another one of my favorite tracks on this album. This was produced by Diamond D. You know what I'm saying? This was just them talking about dealing dope and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, nothing groundbreaking, but I do like how they came across this topic. Love the beat from Diamond. Yeah, this was fire.
I love this joint. Has classic boom bap DITC flavor on here with Diamond D And you got Diamond saying, Diamond D kicking it with illegal. Won't take a slip because I know my style is regal. Pops like a cop and I can't be stopped. Step out of the line buster and get mopped. Love his verse. I like when they sound good on the boom bap track. When it comes to the
Yeah.
gutter shit, they start to have issues.
Oh man. Well, it depends which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. All right. Then we got the next track. We Gets Busy. Man, they were just catching bodies on this joint right here. This was pretty much a diss track to all them kitty rappers and stuff like that too. So interesting story. So because they were throwing shots at the youngsters, Crisscross, Another Bad Creation. This was like their equivalent to Roxanne Shantae's Big Mama and shit like that too. So pretty much from what I looked up, they actually had an issue with Crisscross. So and this is coming from Malik. They were at Ed Lover's birthday party and they were performing and nobody was paying them no attention because they weren't really big like that. And
Right.
they were trying to meet us and shit. But then next you know they still got so actually no. They were at it was Crisscross. Nobody was paying attention to Crisscross and shit like that. And
Mm.
next you know they got on the mic and they said some shit about illegal and stuff like that too. And pretty much he said that Jamal snuffed Jermaine Dupri in the
Oh
face and
shit.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this
Wow.
this is an interview that happened on 4080 magazine.
Uh,
And they pretty much was calling themselves like the best kid rappers and stuff like that in many interviews. So this was just them just talking their shit, you know what I'm saying? This whole kitty rappers beef, this playground beef, I'm sorry. It was just laughable and shit like that.
yeah.
Cause technically we want to be technical.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much like crisscross. They got mad. I think like the whole crisscross beef with the
ABC.
youngsters
Oh.
and ABC too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most of that shit was Jermaine Dupri or people
Mm-hmm.
just trying to capitalize on that shit. Let's just be real with you.
Right.
They had lines like Malik played the lawnmower and Chris played the grass. I just ate the MCs because why ABC whipped illegal custard ass the way that I will punch you. Wouldn't think I was kid G. That's why I took them out. Took some time out. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no little kids that say nothing for the youngsters. Y'all can't even see me. And no, it's no relation that we can't run in the family. Yeah, and I'm still the boss because I'm a straight up nigga. Ain't nothing about me crisscross. Woo!
Mm.
That was a fire line. I ain't gonna lie, that was a fire line. But yeah, man, that's another one of my favorite. I think either that one or Hell is Gut. That's my favorite track on the album.
Yeah, this is dope. I just love Eric Sermon on it. It has that EPMD sound to it. It's just dope. It's a dope track. I remember when Vibe magazine first started, like one of the first issues they had was talking about the kitty beef with all of them involved, and that's definitely the labels were eating that up. That was definitely promoted by the labels as well. 'Cause none of these niggas had a jail record like that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take it seriously. I just was like, ABC is singing about Aisha. Who's taking them seriously? Chris Cross is doing Jump. Chia Lee's doing Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Like who's taking these niggas seriously? You know what I'm saying? So it was
I
like
took
this is
it
not real
serious.
beef. It was like when you have MC Shan and KRS going at it, when you have LL and against Mo D, and those are real beefs. You know what I'm saying? This is like the labels trying to create fake beef for a younger audience, which I thought was whack back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who's taking these niggas seriously like that? Like even when Eminem was going at, all the pop stars, Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, I'm like, that shit is not real. Who's who? Because they're not gonna respond to you. So you know what I'm saying? Who's taking that
Well,
beef seriously?
Christina did.
Christina took it
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah, because they still don't like it like you to this day.
A lot of people don't like her though. You know, it's like I mean, I think she's a great singer. I just feel like she, I didn't take that TRL shit. That was a TRL beef. I didn't take that shit serious. I'm like Eminem is too much of a great lyricist to be going at in sync and all these other pop stars. Like, come on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, I supported all of these groups. Crisscross, I was a huge fan of them. ABC, same with them. Chi Ali, same with him. Illegal. So I never fed into all that. I just felt like just promote these artists and let them do numbers. Crisscross is the only rap group still to be on Lifestyles of the Rich and Shameless. I mean, famous with Robin Leach. Rest in peace, Robin Leach. They're the only ones to be on that show ever. They went on tour with MC Light. You know what I'm saying? Like like they did numbers. Like the rest of these cats didn't do numbers like them. So they can say what they want. But I guess it was like friendly competition. I don't know, but I don't. When they talk about they had beef with Chris, I don't take all that shit serious. I'm like, because none of y'all niggas was in the streets like that. You know?
Y'all went outside.
Yeah. It was like it was a cool little diss, but like we wasn't taking that shit seriously.
And I think the funniest one was Bow Wow and Lil Romeo. That was the
Yeah, I'm
funniest.
like, come on, hardball. Like, wasn't y'all niggas in hardball? Y'all did a video for hardball. Like, who's taking y'all seriously?
Uh, shit.
Come on.
But also too, I forgot to mention, and thank you for Christian for pointing this out. They actually won a Billboard Rap Award for this song too for #1 rap single, and they won against the Diggable Plans Rebirth of Slick, Lords of the Underground Chief Rocker, and Positive K. I Got a Man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, next track is Stick 'em Up. So this is one I like it, but this is one you can tell they were influenced by Onyx with too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was another group that was very popular at that time too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was pretty decent and it was alright.
Didn't like it. Thought it was whack beat.
Oh man. Next track is on Understand the Flow. This is on the first beat from Dallas Austin and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This one right here was pretty decent. It was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat to this one and shit like that too. I feel like Malik did his thing on this track. So yeah, this was pretty dope.
Didn't like it.
Damn, Chuck. All right, next track is on the mic. That's the next track featuring Lord Finesse and AG. Very dope track right here. This one is definitely a gem from the DITC archives and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So very dope track. In my opinion, I definitely felt like AG and Lord Finesse stole the show. I'm gonna be real with you,
Yes.
but
Yep.
illegal still held their own. It was just that DIC was just different animals at that time. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, yeah, I mean, I can't go against the DITC film. I can't. But yeah, this one was free fire. I love the line where AG says, "You're fake hip hopper trying to ruin it. See other brothers doing it. So now you want to put a little to it. Playing games, I'ma start saying your name for selling raps or trap for the money, honey's of fame. Like, whoo, fire joint.
I could definitely see Big L on this joint. This was vintage DITC. The track was fire, the horns on it, the bass line. Lord Finesse stole the show. No surprise, right? He's one of the best lyricists. He said, plus I got the hyper rhymes. When you say Lord Finesse, your brothers know I'm nice with minds. And when I roll like an avalanche, even Ray Charles can see clown rappers don't have a chance. Come on, man.
Ooh, ooh,
This
ooh.
man is severely underrated when it comes to punchlines. Severely underrated. They you remember the post I sent you yesterday, and these niggas talking about fucking Lloyd Banks and Fabulous. I'm like, Fabulous don't even got one classic album compared to Lord Finesse.
Fabulous.
You know what I'm saying?
Fab.
Like, where is Lord Finesse in that? When you talk about punchlines and bars, Lord Finesse should be in that easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like this track was great because of Lord Finesse and NG.
Right. All right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that, man. First of all, I just have to say fabulous. Like, really?
Yeah, mixtape Fab was good.
Checking them
That
out.
album Fab.
Band that fabulous. Like I said before, fabulous.
Mixtape Fab was good, but he lost. He lost. He didn't get the memo when it was time to do an album.
No, I don't think you understand the context of my expression. I said fabulous over age. I don't care
Hey,
if it's mixtape fabulous. I don't care if
I
it's
agree.
album fabulous.
And
I
and
don't even
and
care if it's cafeteria.
hey, I agree. And that same list had Fred the Godson. I'm like, Fred the Godson. You can't be
Oh
serious.
hell no!
You cannot be serious.
Oh
Like,
hell!
I don't care if he's dead or not. Like, I ain't putting Fred the Godson on my list for
See
best punchline rappers
what
ever.
happened?
Nah, way
I
fuck
never
no.
give.
I
I
know
never. I'm
some of
sorry.
the
I never
shit he
gave
did
Fred
with
the God.
he did a lot of stuff with like 38 Special, but I'm not he ain't making my list for best punchlines. Over Lord Finesse? Nah. Crazy.
Shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
uh, uh, the next joint is Panda Iggity. Um, this one right here is definitely them doing the Das Effects Iggity kind of sound and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody was trying to rap like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually like this joint.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You said what?
No, where? I hear you.
I actually like this joint. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I feel like the Iggity style should just kept for motherfucking what's their
That's
names?
effects.
Das Effects
Yeah.
and stuff. 'Cause even Crisscross was trying to do that. Wiggity wiggity. They were trying to do
Uh-huh.
that shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, this was still a good song. I don't give a fuck.
But even with that, you hear about you know, Jermaine owes Stretch money because he tripped
Yeah,
for Criss Cross.
I heard about that.
Um you House of Pain had beef with them because he Everlast felt like Criss Cross stole their concept for Jump.
I heard about
Um
that. Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
yeah, and he mentioned that on Talib's podcast when he was on there that he felt like they stole their concept for Jump Around with Jump. So he has beef with them, and
Well,
then
everybody was.
yeah, and then Das Effects to me are the creators of that style. It was everybody else that was biting off of them. If you listen to Mr. Dalvin from Jodeci, but the way that he was rhyming back
Oh
then, he
God.
sounded like them. He
Oh
sounded like
God.
them. I'm like, come on, Dalvin. You an R&B nigga. You singing Cry for You. You are not Das Effects. You know what I'm saying? So that's how influential that style was. You had when Das Effects had that beef with the Lords were claiming, oh, that's our style. Lords of the Underground don't sound like Das Effects. That's two different groups. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why these people, everybody else is claiming Das Effects style and they don't sound nothing like Das Effects.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So this band Iggity shit, I don't get that. Like, is that a shot at Das Effects?
I don't get it either.
Because Das Effects is 10 times better than Illegal lyrically. So I didn't
It,
understand that. I like the beat. I just don't get the record.
well, it could be because remember they were down with PMD and shit
Right.
like that too. That's the was down with
Right.
that
And
too.
yeah, it was just that's how much their style influenced the music because you had R&B niggas that was trying to sound like them. Even you remember that chick Smooth, she even sounded like them.
Yeah.
Like she was singing and then when she would rap, she would sound like Das Effects in her songs.
Right.
So it was just when you have R&B niggas trying to sound like you, what does that tell you? You know,
That's what. That's funny. Anyway, next song is an interlude. No, excuse me. It's Lights, Camera, Action. This is actually my least favorite song on this album. To be real with you, yeah, I didn't care for this one.
I like the beat. I like the beat. The beat is dope.
You said you like the beat,
Yeah.
but she don't a lot of other beats though.
Yeah, there's some issues I have with this album, man, and I know a lot of heads love this album, but I'm not your. I have my own opinions and thoughts on shit, and I'm not gonna dick ride everybody else.
Understandable. Um, Track number 11, interlude. I didn't really care for the interlude.
The interlude wasn't needed. They needed an intro. They don't have an intro, but they got an interlude that shouldn't have been on the album in the first place.
All right, and the last track is "If You Want It." So this was produced by Biz Markie and Cool V. I like it, but I don't feel like it fit the album. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
it don't.
And you guys know I'm a big Biz Markie, especially his production around this time with Cool V, like the "I Need a Haircut" album,
Mhm.
All Said Cleared. You know what I'm saying? Which was two of my favorite Marquee albums, but I don't know. I just feel like it was a bit too dated because this beat kind of sounded like it was like 92 and
Right,
90. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But again, I like the song. You know what I'm saying? So
The beat is dope. It just to me like having Bismarck on this type of album don't fit. You know,
you're right. So overall, this is really one of my favorite Kid Rapper albums. I'm gonna be real with you. This is actually the first time I heard this joint. Um, I'm not saying it's on the level of like the Youngsters and shit like that. I feel like the Youngsters kind of have them beat, but this is definitely up there. I'm not gonna say this album's perfect either. I'm not gonna say this album's perfect because there was some beats that kind of sound like throwaway beats. Um, a lot of times they were just saying shit just to say shit. Some of the subject matter was a bit repetitive, but I do feel like this album it's an acquired taste for a lot of people, and I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a top five when it comes to the Kid Rap album. So I'll give this a four out of five.
I like some of the production. I think they sounded great with. I wanted to hear Eric Sherman produce more of the album.
Yeah,
He didn't do that. The boom bap tracks they sounded great on. I don't like the way they sounded together though. I like individually to me they sounded better. When Marley G did his solo thing, he sounded good. When Mr. Malik did his feature, he sounded good. Together, I don't care for them together. I don't think they were
right.
great together. Um, they when you listen to the album now, it sounds dated, like just with their rhyme style. It's not a bad album. I've heard worse. I've heard worse. And like I said, there's a lot of heads I know that love this album. They posted all day. It was good. It had some joints, but I don't think it's a great album though. So for me, I'm giving it 3 mics. I wish they had came out with more, and we still don't know why they haven't come out with anything, especially Mr. Malik. But my favorite joints. We Gets Busy. That was dope. Crumb Snatcher on the MIC. Back in the day, they should have had the video mix for that on the album. I like the video mix for that. But I don't think it's the best. Uh, I don't even like saying that word, kiddie rap. I don't think it's the best kid. Kid. I think Charlie's album was better. I think Chris Cross albums were better. You know, that's just me.
That's what's up. All right. The next album we're gonna talk about is the Youngsters "I'll Make You Famous." This is actually the final studio album that they came out with. It came out on October 24th, 1995 on Pop Art. On this album, they actually went by the Illy Funksters, but diehard fans still call them the Youngsters. I'm gonna be real with you. I still call them the
Yeah,
Youngsters.
the youngsters. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if they had like a copyright issue. Maybe Chris,
Young
you might help
Funks.
me out.
Y'all make one song with that name. All of a sudden, they're the Illy Funksters. That's like Smith and Wesson changing the name their name to the Cocoa Brothers and making a song about it.
Singles album was known for was "I'll Make You Famous" and "Verbal Glock." Um, it only had Mobb Deep as guest appearances. Speaking of Mobb Deep, you can definitely feel a lot of Mobb Deep influence on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Real with you.
Yeah.
So we did a Youngsters review on your channel, right?
For No Mercy, that was great.
Yeah. So y'all should know. You know what's weird? I know I have the Aftermath. I cannot find that album for the life of day. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I know I have two Youngsters albums, but for some odd reason
Yeah.
I can't find that shit. But
Aftermath, I had that on cassette back in the day. I never got it on vinyl or CD, and I got No Mercy also.
yeah. Um. So around '94 they were having issues with their label. I think they were signed to Atlantic Records, or which East West Records, which is owned by Atlantic Records. Which no surprise, Sylvia Rhone. I think at that time.
Mhm.
So her name, this chick. You know, it's crazy. I was talking to Ashley. We were
Mhm.
talking about Ashley about that. We were talking about the R&B group Troop, and they even had issues with Sylvia Rhone and stuff like that too. I had to tell Ashley
Right.
yeah, she has a history of a
Yeah,
lot of artists and stuff like that
she
too.
did.
So I guess like they still had ownership of the youngster's name, so they called themselves the Illy Funksters, and they sell the pop art records and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. By the way, the youngsters
Mhm.
consist of Taji, Karan Goodman, and Tariq Dawson. You know what I'm saying? So just letting y'all know.
It's it's a family group. It's two brothers and a cousin.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's get started with this review. Let me pull up my motherfucking notes. So track number one. Oh, by the way, this album has 13 tracks. So track number one is "I'll Make You Famous." Um, Already from the get go, you can definitely tell this album has a strong Mobb Deep influence just by the way the beats are and
Mhm.
everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was pretty dope. It definitely had that 1995 boom bap East
Mhm.
Coast kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So I like it.
It's this album is definitely different from the other albums. It was more Biggie and Mob influence, more of the shiny suit era influence on them. And with this, so this song was a single. Like they played the video all the time, and it was more of a jiggy type of track with them.
Right,
You know, even they got the Biggie sample, drop top BM. I'm the man, girlfriend. That's Biggie. You know,
right.
I love the beat. The beat was fire. You know, the piano loop on the track. You know, you got Rick G's to Tariq saying she's only talking that hype gear, Tommy Hilfiger polo and Donna Cameron sportswear. I swear it only took one time to hit, and when I did, she flipped talking that kid. Loved his verse. It was dope.
Definitely. All right, track number two, Bloodshed and War featuring Mobb Deep. This is another dope song. Speaking of Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying? They definitely was toe to toe Mobb Deep on this one. The beat was produced by Karan, by the way. So yeah, I fuck with this.
This is dope. I actually like the remix for this.
Same.
I prefer the remix beat for this. You know, but it was dope. It was dope collab with Mob. Mob was killing everything that they won. So,
Definitely. Hey yo, I'm gonna let you go.
mhm.
I'm gonna blow my nose right quick in the bathroom.
All right. Track three is Every Man for Thyself. Dope beat. You got some scratches on there. You got the Mob sample from Shook Ones. You got my favorite on right now on this album is Tariq, and he said sipping on Asti, rocking Versace. Feds want to watch me, but don't see what I see. Loved his verse on that. Beat was fire. Definitely something that I could hear my Deep on at that time. And this was like one of my favorites on this album. Karan did his thing. He was good. RJ, he was good. And we got track 4, Gotta Get the Cheese. Really nice beat for that. It has like a real melodic type of smooth melody. And Tajay, what do you call himself? Taj Mahal. That's his nickname, Taj Mahal. I like his verse. He said, "Living life like Scarface. At the age of 18, I got an M16 measuring coke on a triple beam." But they all had like a flow on this album that was reminiscent of like Biggie for some reason. I think Biggie was like a huge influence on a lot of artists at his time, as well as Mobb Deep. So a lot of the rhymes that they have on this album remind me of like either Mob or Biggie. You know, the mafioso raps.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
Wait, where you at right now?
track 4.
Okay, I wasn't going for that one. You already talked about track 4?
Yeah.
I bet. Track 3, Every Man for That for They Self. Yeah, this one right here was another dope joint. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it as much as the first 2 songs, but I felt it was a nice placement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now track 4, Gotta Get the Cheese. Man, this one right here is my joint right here.
Yeah. That's a dope.
My favorites of this album. Talking about that hustling lifestyle. They were talking about hustling lifestyle and shit like that too. I love the line when Rick says, "And for this reason I live by the day, huh? Never to go astray, do or die in the hallway. Force drive relentless, it don't make a difference. I'm in it to win it. Shake, shake, crime business." Ooh, you just went in on that track right there. Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to blow my nose and shit like that. I was like, shit.
You getting sick?
My nose is stuffed up. Also too, that Lonnie Liston Smith sample was very good. No. I was allergies, pollen and shit like how that goes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Track number 5. Yeah. Track number 5, You Are Everything. This was a different song from them. I'm gonna be real with you. A very different song. First of all, it uses a sample from the Stylistics, the You Are Everything song, which I love that song right there. You know what I'm saying? I know that's been sampled by a lot of people too. Very, very, very dope. You know what I'm saying? It was just them, on their lovey-dovey shit. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a Todd solo track, by the way, too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, very dope track. I love it.
This is dope. I like the beat for this. Definitely a different type of track for them. They don't do love songs like that, so it was just different for them. I mean, but they were also like at this time they were in the early 20s, so
yeah,
that could be expected, and it was dope. I liked it.
Right, like it definitely fit their mentality at that time too. Next track, Bad to the Bone. Very dope song right here too. This might be one of my favorites of this album. You know what I'm saying? It's either this one or another one, but I'm talking about the other one. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like the Bone Thug shout out Tosh did the first person when he said, "I'm bad, thuggish, ruggish to the bone." You know what I'm saying? No, he was giving shouts even on Biggie too. You mentioned "Give Me the Loot." Like he was shouting out a lot of motherfuckers and stuff like that too. I felt like Q Ball had the best verse when he said like, "My rhymes burn MCs like crack burns calories, bucking the knees, leaving the scene with cheese. You played out like polka dots, more trifling than the clique I'm with will spit on a nigga." That you played out like polka dot, And I think that was like a shot at Kwame. But even Biggie kind of used that like he used that line. He's like played out like Kwame and they polka dots. So
Right.
it's kind of interesting because with this album, whenever it comes to the youngsters, you know what I'm saying, they're definitely the most consistent hip hop group. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like each album represent
Mm,
that time in hip hop. And
yeah.
'95 was the Biggies, the Mob
Uh-huh.
Deeps, stuff like that too. So it's like them giving love to them and stuff like that too. It's just something interesting because these days rappers everything's like a competition and shit like that too. But
Uh-huh. Right.
no, but that's just another story for a different day. Because sometimes the motherfuckers do that shit for clout.
Uh, yeah. It's just good. I like the beat for this. Definitely a dope track. You know, definitely it was. Yeah, I feel like each album captured that time in hip hop for them. So, but whenever they dropped, it was that was the sound at that time in hip hop, and they captured it well.
Right. All right. Next joint is Verbal Glock. This was another solid joint too. Not really one of my favorites on this album, but I do feel like it was well placed and the performance was very good.
I love this beat. It was grimy, it was dark. Um, Tariq said, "Hey, yo, who could it be? It's Rick G's fingers on the trigger, and I just might squeeze and start busting up shots in my verbal Glock." Loved his verse, and even with that song, it was different for them because they had the roughneck type of hardcore songs, but this was like really dark, my best type of track.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely a very dark track right here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Excuse me. Now, my favorite joint on this album, 24 Hours to
Yes,
Live.
this is your
Yo,
favorite.
this is my favorite.
Wow.
Why you don't like it?
I mean, I'm just mad that they have the same title as Mace's title song, which was a much better one.
Everybody uses that 24 Hours to
Yeah,
Live.
but
All right, let's
Mason
be
own
real.
is iconic. Just for the people that was on it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The Mace's version, that's a hip hop classic, bar none.
Hmm.
But this one right here, I don't know what it is about this one. This one is one of those head bobbing tracks.
Right.
Um, Very haunting use. I love the usage of that Frankie Lyman, the teenager sample. That why do fool? But the way they used it,
Mm-hmm.
they made it so grimy and haunting and
Right.
everything like that. I was like, why? I was like, yo, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know I'm a big like Frankie Lyman fan, so
Right.
y'all know I peep shit like that. But yeah, this track right here, definitely an underrated favorite when it comes to the youngsters, aka illy funksters, whatever you want to call them. But still, this joint is a fucking masterpiece.
It was okay. It's not one of my favorites.
Y'all, you bugging. He's like, cause Mace ain't on it.
I just thought the Mace was better. Mason's song was better.
Yeah, it was a better song. Don't get me wrong. And honestly, that might be my favorite song. Ironically, that's like my favorite song on
On
Harlem
Harlem.
Road too. Yeah, that's ironically.
Harlem had many bangers. That's like in my top five on that
No,
album. What you
the
mean?
song with the one with DMX, that was
Uh,
woo.
that was fire. He was on two tracks on that album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. That Harlem World is a five mic masterpiece. I don't give a
yes,
fuck what no
definitely.
one.
His only great album.
Yeah, I might do a solo review on Double Up one day. One day I'm
Oh
gonna do
my
a
god,
solo.
I can't believe you're gonna waste video and time out of your life for that. At
Hey,
least get Mace on there. At least, can you get Mace on there? At least get Mace on there.
can I get Mason camera?
I'll ask Mason Cameron myself if I have to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need y'all niggas to jump on this live stream for like a good 30 minutes and talk about Mason's terrible sophomore album. That his
Yeah.
boss thought it was gonna be great.
You mean the boss that's on the run right
Yeah,
now?
you're right. We can't get the boss, so what's the next best thing? You know?
Yeah. All right, but Anyway, yeah. So the next track is Incredible, featuring Big Tab and Mentally Gifted. You know what I'm saying? This one right here, again, it was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Definitely another one of them banging ass tracks and shit. So yeah,
I'm gonna give this. I like the beat for this. I like the beat.
yeah,
I,
that
I
beats
didn't
it.
care for the feature.
Same. Yeah, you know, people already give them love and shit like that. You know how that shit goes. All right. Next joint we got is Murder. One of my favorite tracks on this album as well too. You know what I'm saying? This right here, I love the beat to this one. This was them on that hardcore shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, fucking fire joint.
I didn't like this one.
You
Did
said
not
you
like
didn't
it.
like it?
Nah.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh man, I feel like Christian gave us like some mediocre albums to review.
Man, hey, we haven't talked about the UMCs yet, so I
Oh
never
wow.
heard that.
Oh wow.
And I've heard bits and pieces. So
It's been years since I heard that album.
how you go from talking about
Mm-hmm.
that food, blue cheese, to being
Yeah.
hardcore?
Yep. Yep.
But you know, I'm a big Youngstas fan though, so
Yeah.
yeah. Now my second favorite track on this album, If I Had a Million. Um, lovely song, very dope track. This was done pretty much talking about like if they had like a better life in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like what would they do and shit like that? You know, providing for their family. It pretty much is like a precursor to Eminem's "If I Had" from the Slim Shady LP,
Mhm.
which ironically that's my favorite song from the Slim Shady LP too.
Really? Wow.
Yes,
That's your favorite.
that's my favorite
Wow.
track.
What?
You
I've
don't
never.
like that record either?
I love it. I thought you would have said Role Model or Bad Meets Evil or something.
Role Model is definitely a top five.
Yeah.
Bad Meets Evil definitely a top 10. But
I love it.
if I had to me, it was Eminem like kind of doing that spoken word
Yeah.
shit before he really started overdoing that slam spoken word shit
Mhm.
with that revival album. But
And
it
then he had
was
like he had the girl singing on the chorus.
yeah, it was a very
Yeah.
soulful kind of joint. Like if I had a million
Yeah.
dollars,
Right.
yeah. Like that was like pretty much one of the most personal, underrated Eminem songs
Right.
he's ever came up with. You know what I'm saying? But back to
Mhm.
this record right here. Yeah, this is definitely a favorite of mine too. So
This is dope. I love the beat for this and the whole like concept of wanting to be rich and you know Tariq again, like I loved his verse. He said, I'm taking trips to Vegas, making all my women famous. Amani on my body with the dark green gators. And I like the chorus as well. Only if I had $1 million in this world today, my life would change so drastically. This was right. This should have been a single.
I agree.
This was dope.
Yes. And the last two tracks are just remixes. We've already said oh no, I'll Make You Famous remix has the I'll Be Sure sample.
Yes.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
This is a dope remix.
Yeah.
And I feel like it used the sample way better than LL Cool J
Uh-huh.
for the original version of the lounging joint. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, even though, don't get me wrong, I love this song and stuff like that too. And it's been sampled by a lot of people. This
Uh-huh.
might be one of my favorite usages of the sample, and I kind of would put it on par with the original version. So
Right.
yeah. Dun, dun.
Yeah, the remix was dope. I like the remix. You know, it was cool.
Yeah. But the Bloodshed and War remix with Mobb Deep,
Hmm.
that is woo,
Yeah.
fire.
Oh yeah.
I kind of prefer that over the original version, to be real with you.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But overall, this is a favorite album of mine when it comes to Youngsters. Um, this might honestly be my third favorite album from them.
Okay.
Because I'll say like No Mercy's my favorite, Aftermath second, this one's my third, and then the first one is my favorite and shit like that too. So all of them are straight bangers, in my personal opinion. Hell, they were repping Philly and
Hmm.
shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, we're talking about
Yeah,
Beanie Siegel and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
it's Philly
So
week.
you said what?
It's Philly week.
Yeah, Philly week.
You know?
Even though last night's album wasn't the
Oh
best.
God, no.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a very dope. This is pretty much their mature album, to be real
Yeah,
with you. And I felt like because Christian just told me this shit. He said they were supposed to have another album called Icons Back.
yeah.
Icons back in '97, but that
That's on
got shit.
YouTube. Yeah, that's on
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube. Hmm.
I might check that. We might actually talk about that album because I haven't
Yeah.
done a review. Yeah, we might. I might have to finish up some of the Youngsters reviews. 'Cause I might talk about that one.
Hmm.
I've I've always wanted to re-listen to that first one, something for the Youngsters
Yeah.
and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But this album to me, I'm gonna be real with you. This is a 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Mm. I like the album. There was some joints on here, like I'll Make You Famous and Bloodshed and War. If I Had a Million should have been a single. Every Man for Theyself, I love that one too. I felt like it was missing Marley Marl and K Duff. It was missing Primo.
Yeah,
Um, the album was more Biggie and Mobb Deep influence. You know, it was missing some of that production though,
I can't
and
get mad.
and I feel like I don't know, for some reason I liked Tariq's verses more than the other two, more than Quran and Tajay, and that I've never felt like that on any of the Gangsta's albums. So
Yeah,
usually they all came correct, especially like on Aftermath and No Mercy, they were great. But for this album, I liked Tariq's verses more than the other two. You know,
I can't get mad.
and they were older. They were in they 20s now. And I don't know. I'm giving it 3 mics. I don't think it's better than Aftermath and No Mercy, but
I agree.
it was dope. They had some joints on there.
Yeah, like I said, like it's not better than those two.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, it's not. But at the same time, too, I feel like this was definitely like a transitional album for them because
Yeah.
I realized that they kept the production mostly in house
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that too, which nothing wrong with that because the beats on this album was pretty fire
Right.
in my opinion, shit like that. But at the same time, now that Christian told me that they were supposed to came out with this album called Icons, I'm
Yeah.
about to listen to that album and coming at '97 and shit like that too.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know. I don't know what to expect. We could get a Jiggy album. We could get
Shit.
Boom Bap album.
You
I don't
never
know
know.
what to expect, and
There
nobody
there might be
spoiled it.
some Will Smith on us and shit.
Hey, you never know. You never know. I can't
They,
judge right away.
they
So
I remember they were supposed to come out with a documentary like years ago. I don't know what happened with that.
I heard about that shit too.
Yeah. Still waiting for the documentary. I know Tajay was doing like some mixtapes in the 2000s,
Yeah,
but he never came out with any like real album. So I don't know. They definitely need to be discussed more. I feel like people forgot about them or they don't mention them at all.
exactly. Because honestly, their discography is better than some of
Yeah.
these groups that motherfuckers put in the top five. I
Hmm.
just want to fuck.
Yep. I agree.
I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of these motherfuckers haven't dropped a classic in
Uh-huh.
years, and
Uh-huh.
big deal about the discography. The youngsters came out with at least three
Right.
classics out of the 4 album run,
Right.
and
Right.
and they're kid rappers too.
Hmm. Yep.
You know what? I think let's. I want to do a crisscross review. I want to do a crisscross review.
Of which one? A trash review? Knowing you, it's probably gonna be a trash review.
Well, we already did the trash review. The bomb. It's when because
Man.
the album from crisscross, the last album. That's my favorite one from crisscross.
Right. That was good.
Some
That was good.
Jermaine Dupri's best beats on that album.
Oh wow.
What you mean? Oh wow.
I wouldn't go that far. I think it was good. I don't know if it's some of his best beats ever.
Yes.
This man did hits for Usher and for Tony Braxton. You saying that's his best beats ever?
I said what I said. I said what I
Wow.
said.
I disagree, but we could definitely talk about it.
Hold up. I think I have their first album. I think. I know.
So
I
many
know.
plus stuff.
I know. I gave you that trash album. I know
Yes.
that.
Bomb was. I love the bomb. That's my favorite one from them.
I don't understand. I don't understand, but I respect your opinion. You
It-
know.
It's it's because they switched up from jump and they went not, just because they went hardcore gangster don't mean it was right for them because they got flack for doing that too. But they it was
It
more
was
of a mix between G funk and old school hip hop.
yeah. Try. You're being too nice. Just admit it's Dollar Store Death Row. I just
No,
move
it
on.
was no. Well, I mean, I don't know if Jermaine he might have been, but you could say the same for Escape because they had G Funk on their album.
They did too.
They were dressing like they were from Cali. So I mean, maybe Jermaine was in a G Funk type of mood in '93.
That nigga thought he was about to say for me.
You know,
So
he was supposed to. Remember, he was supposed to do an album with the Brat and Biggie, and that
yeah.
never happened. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? He might have been influenced by Dre, but I think that was my
Right.
favorite Criss Cross album.
But yeah, man. Hold on, right? Yeah. But yeah, man. I think I just had the last album. Shit.
Yeah,
Hold on.
well, yeah, we gotta do that thing.
Yeah, I just had the last album. Yep. I
Okay.
almost bought that Chris Cross album, but I'm just like,
Yeah, he said
eh.
nah.
I was like, yeah.
Oh man.
No, because I think they were asking for too much. They was asking me $7 for that shit. I was like, bitch.
$7, that's nothing. Compared to how much it was back in the '90s.
Yeah, because I got the bomb for free.
You got it for free. That's right. That's right.
But yeah.
Wow.
But maybe one day if I get it again, the bomb, it'll probably be $1 or less. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But I'm gonna,
All
I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end off the video right here and shit.
right.
So next week we're gonna do the 227 sitcom retrospective. I just finished the series. I got a lot of things to say. So I think it's just gonna be the two of us try because
But no, Mike's not joining us.
I mean I can ask Mike. Yeah, I can ask Mike.
I thought he usually joins us for the TV stuff.
Yeah, I can ask him. But it's like because I know both Ash and Lashia they didn't really watch
Yeah. They
227.
didn't watch TV 7.
They like it. They just haven't watched it like that,
I feel you.
which we can respect that.
I don't understand that. With the Shia especially, like it can't all be about Tyler Perry.
Chill.
Oh Lord.
House of Pain.
Oh man. Yeah, y'all was watching that House of Pain.
I watched it for a bit. I'm not gonna hold you. It ran for too
Oh,
fucking long. Then they brought the show. Then they brought the show back.
right. Oh, oh man.
But I do like the show on occasion. I'm not gonna hold you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. And
Yes.
then this Saturday we're gonna do our special country with
Oh wow.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. So
Try one to do a country album. So
like let's take a stab at it. Let's see.
if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. That's just what we do. Cause we tell the truth.
Yeah.
If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. If it's
It
bad, it's
can't all be
bad.
bad. It's Beyonce. It can't all be bad, right?
Well, on this channel, I never gave Beyonce a bad review on this channel. So,
Right. It gotta be fire, right?
hey, hey. And also this Sunday we're going to do Queen the Game album.
Ooh,
I can't wait for that one.
let's go.
Another one bites the dust. Hey. My nigga was trying to sing like fucking my thing was trying to be a funk singer in that album and shit.
Okay. Kristen is asking why is BT acknowledging the diddler? I don't know. What are they showing?
Why are we talking about Dibby? I'm tired of
What are they showing of Diddy on there?
I want to hear when the motherfucker gonna get locked up.
It can't be videos because they don't show videos. So what are they actually showing on there?
Hey, 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 hey,
You know?
hey, hey.
What are they showing? Carlito's way. Oh man,
Some of Jermaine Dupri's best work is in this album.
wow.
That's all I got.
Not his best beats, but it's good.
Shit, way better than shit that he did in 2000. Some of them shits.
I like R&B Jermaine. That was his thing. Is R&B. That's his strong point.
That's nice.
You know, when it came to like Bow Wow and them franchise boys, and I didn't listen to that shit.
Lean
Yeah,
with it. Rock
that's
with
a
it.
hard task for me. You know,
Lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it. Rock
he
with it.
he he is good in hip hop when it comes to just producing a couple joints for people, not a whole album.
Right.
You know, R&B is his thing. Like a whole Mariah album was great. Usher, same with him, but I'm not rushing to hear a whole Bow Wow album with him.
That's funny. Some people have, you know.
Yeah,
Some people might want to
that's
talk
good.
about wow.
Good for them. That's good for them.
Man, anything you want to say before we head out?
Nope.
He said no.
Not right now.
All right. Well, I'm about to watch BMF to see if it's actually a good episode tonight.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But other than that, I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you on Saturday.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.